Black American women are the only group of women that I have seen in my whole life. I just have to say this: my whole life I've lived in, I have only seen Black American women. It's only some, not all, say they don't need a man. And a lot of sisters now are realizing how detrimental that has been. Let's review it.
Shout out to the Daily Wrap Up crew that left this comment saying that black women are the only ethnic group of women on this earth who brag about how much they don't need a man. And the sad thing is that is so very true. I can remember being young and like just hearing women speak in passing, like whether I'm out with my family or I specifically remember like being out with my granny in some places and hearing women like speak to me telling me that don't depend on no man for nothing and make sure you independent, go to school, find you a good career, this, that, and the third. I cannot recall hearing any woman, any elder black woman telling me to focus on finding a husband and how to be a good woman to a man. I ain't never heard that.
Let's stop right there. Right there. Let me tell you something. That teaching young women to focus on going to a college that's not guaranteeing you a job and putting you in debt. Going to somebody's college and if you can get a job, you're not even going to get into entrepreneurship. You go and work for them folks. You know who I'm talking about. And black women statistically is going to make less money with all that education than white women. Asian women going to be on top of them. Okay. So you telling black women that your saving grace is going to be going to somebody else's job, not even your own corporation that you create on your own. And that's what you need to focus on. Is that it's just making money. Hence, telling them to become a man. Men focus on making money because it's in men to provide for a family. You understand? That's not really the focus on women. Yes, I understand women need to get a job or whatever. I get it. But she said that not to focus on finding a husband. This is a generational curse. This is a generational curse that has been passed down because the old woman is telling the young woman, don't find a husband. Go get you a piece of paper that don't mean crap these days. Get you a bunch of debt that you're going to be crying every day talking about, can the government do something about my student loan debt? Oh, I'm in debt. Right? Not guaranteed this so-called career that you're looking for because they don't even instruct y'all to go into careers that's guaranteed to make you six figures. Like nursing, nurse practitioner, some maybe radiologist or, something like that, lawyer or just throwing some things out there, right? They don't even instruct y'all to even go into six-figure jobs that you have to get and they need. They be telling you go get some, and I'm not downing nobody when I'm about to say this. Go get you a social work degree. And I understand they got some social work people. I get it. But the sister that's a nurse practitioner versus the sister that's got a social work degree. And this the big one. I'm going to get a psychology degree. Huh? What? A psychology degree? Are you going to be a doctor in that? If you're not going to be a doctor in that, what are you doing? No, you'll get a psychology degree, $100,000 in debt, and you can't even get a $35,000 a year job. But you went to college though, you being independent. This is a generational curse that's been passed down with these older women, and these young women are starting to figure out the hard way that advice was wrong. But let's continue.
And so it's crazy to me for like it's universal. We all know that black women are the group of women who constantly let it be known that they don't need a man. They don't need black men. It's nothing black men can do for them and all this other nonsense that they say, right? So
and check this out. And then when those same men aren't available to them for whatever the case, whether they out of here because of, their passport, bro, maybe they don't want to fool with them in general and whoever they want to fool with, even here in America, when they're not available to them, then they're mad. Them same women. That's the crazy part. They want you brothers just here available for them when they get to their epiphany stage and they say, wait a minute. Maybe I do need a man now after they didn't hit the wall.
With that being said, if we all know that that is universal, how is it that you can blame a black man for not protecting black women if he know that anything that he does for black women would never be appreciated?
Yeah. I had to give my hand clap on that. I mean, how you going to protect somebody who don't want you? That's a simple thing. If you don't need a man, then you don't want protection. But then when you get yourself in a bind and a pickle in life, now all of a sudden, where the men at? Where they at? Why they not protecting me? We not protected because you don't have one. That's why you're not protected, because you ran your mouth on the internet and everywhere else back in the 80s on TV, on Donahue, on Sally Jesse Raphael, Ricky Lake, and all them shows back in the day. And now you're doing it on the internet today. Now you got them little cackling hens on Fox Soul still doing the exact same thing. Vivica and the rest of them.
If he knows that anytime he tries to do something as simple as holding a door open for a black woman, she will look at him up and down like with the attitude and let it be known like she's not appreciative. She don't say thank you. Her face be scrounged up. It's just a whole bunch of nonsense. If a black woman drops something, and I've seen this on multiple occasions throughout my whole life, a black woman drops something, a black man say, hey ma'am, she turn around, oh, I got a man. Like, lady, he was just finna tell you dropped your wallet. You know what I'm saying? But if he was to pick it up and go through it and take what he wanted and throw it back down, then you have a problem with that, right? So if y'all want black men to protect black women, so y'all say, y'all need to change y'all home demeanor. Y'all need to change y'all attitude. But until then, I can honestly say I don't think black men are going to go out of their way to protect black women, because black women can be very mean and nasty and negative.
Well, she said it. Listen, this is a black woman saying it. Don't come at me. Don't tell me a freaking word. I don't want to hear no excuse about anything. She's saying it. Now, of course, we know not all. Don't come here with that mess. You should be grown enough to understand that she ain't mean to every person. When you come here, not all. Hey, it's not me. I ain't that way. I don't. Well, if you're not that way, why you talking? Because when I hear you say not all, it makes me think you're that way. When I hear you say, I'm not that way, I'm not this, I'm not that, why did you feel the need to respond? If you're not that way, it doesn't apply to you. Like when they talk about Pookie and Ray Ray, I don't come up here and say, not all black men are Pookie and Ray Ray. I'm not that way. Well, obviously I'm not. So why do I need to say that? Anybody can see I'm not Pookie and Ray Ray. You notice when people talk about black men, we never hear that. Not all. I'm not this. I ain't that way. No. But when the truth is coming, and it's coming from a black woman, I'm just reviewing the video. They want to, don't get mad at me. Talk to your sister here who have been instructed by her granny, her auntie, and everybody else that they don't need a man.
And just be completely and utterly unappreciative for anything that a black man does if it does not involve money. That's the.
Uh-oh. There it is. If it don't involve money. But this is these same women that tell you brothers, you going to them foreign countries, those women gonna only want you for your money. And then you got a black woman right here say they not appreciative for nothing from you unless it involves money. So how are you so much better than these foreign women that so-called just want money from black men in particular who traveling? I guess this sister here blow up your little argument, right? About foreign women wanting money. And listen, all women want a man with resources. I mean, that's just realistic, right? But having the ability to provide for a home versus being entitled and think that you deserve name brand clothes and name brand everything, and the people with the name brands themselves who own it don't even like people that look like me and you. I'm talking about black people. Don't even like us like that. Don't even want us wearing their brands. I've covered too many stories of every last one of them with some sort of racism toward black folk. And yeah, you still gonna line up in a line to go buy some Prada.
Only time she would be nice and soft and feminine if it involves money. If a man is paying a bill or taking care of her kid, whatever the case may be, if it involves money, she'd be appreciative then. But if it's something small, she would be a complete bitch and have an attitude and be nasty. It's just it's universal. We all know that. So, ladies, if y'all want to see a change, y'all need to be the ones who change. If you want black men to change as well.
So basically, she's like to be manipulative. You know, as long as you're giving her money, then you know you can have a transactional relationship. This is what a sister here is saying. But they want to get mad when brothers say, I'm good, I'm going overseas. And a lot of these brothers saying they good, because then they try to play the game. Oh, you must just want a white woman. You must want to. It's not even that, because the brothers don't even want the white women here either, because they know different. They know different. They just may play the game a little bit different. They're not as upfront with it. They're way more manipulative in a certain area. They'll play on the soft side. They'll play on the feminine side to get what they want out of men. Cause that's the difference. Like, see, some sisters are too upfront on what they want. They're too out loud with it. But when it comes to, let's say, like white women, they want the same thing, but they'll play that little soft feminine role real well to manipulate to get what they want too. As white men, they'll tell you. And some brothers have figured that out with some of them. So the brothers that smart, like, I don't want them either. I'm going out of the country. And some of these brothers saying they do want a black woman. That's what they want. That's what they want to be involved with. But they don't want one from here. They'll go to Latin America and get one. They'll go to the Caribbean and get one. They go to the African countries to get one. You know, they say they good. They don't want to deal with generational black man hatred, and they just don't want to deal with it, because you're teaching young girls to have a hatred and a disdain for the men in their own community. Listen, no other group of people teach that, even in America. That is not the norm for older white women, older Hispanic women, older Asian women, older Arab women, older Native American women to teach that they don't need the men of their own communities. It's only in our group. And I'm glad the men have finally said enough is enough. I'm glad, because if the men don't correct the issue by walking away with their feet, you're going to be dealing with this for eons. So it's best to correct it now. And I will tell you this, brothers, there are plenty, you definitely want a sister. There are plenty of sisters definitely in the African continent that want to marry you brothers today. I'm told that all the time. You got Kenyan women that want to marry brothers. I just come from Kenya. A lot of South African women want to marry brothers, and a lot of South African women actually understand a lot of you brothers a lot more because of the way the systems were and the way the system is. Cause like they went through apartheid and all, they went through all the Jim Crow, slavery, racism, or whatever. We understand each other. I would say that much. Like South Africans and Black Americans, we understand each other a whole lot more, I'm gonna say, because we kind of had the same thing, right? And you can go to South Africa visa free. So you don't even need a visa. You just show up, go to immigration, give your passport, boom, you in. You visa free for 90 days. All these other countries you guys travel to, you need a visa for it. But South Africa, you don't. So I'm letting you brothers know, you looking for black women and you want a visa-free country, go to South Africa right there. All U.S. citizens is visa-free. And they speak English. You ain't got to worry about it. The systems are the same, like with the credit cards and all the things like that. You ain't got to worry about no language barrier. Like some of you brothers be traveling to these countries with language barriers. I don't know why. I'm a firm believer travel countries where you understand the language, because if you get in any kind of trouble, you know how to get out of it, because at least you speak the language. But y'all let me know what y'all think what this sister has to say. This is why, the passport bro movement, a lot of brothers just not putting up with it no more. Like, if you don't want black men, don't be surprised if they're not available to you when you finally do want one.